Okay, yes, I know. I didn't get back to you guys as soon as I should have, and I apologize for that. Okay? But wallahi salasini ran through. But now everything is fine, so here I am, and let's just get into it. So this is the second part to the first video, and in this one we're going to talk about the whole thing about Oromo people being from Madagascar. So again, as always, we are going to quote Bahari. He is cited by Getachew, page 172. Now, please, I want everybody to listen to what Bahari is saying in regards to Oromo people being from Madagascar, because Jerry wamaran fiddu takumataka kisafute fiddi. So this is the whole picture, and I'm going to paint it right now. So this is Bahari speaking. He says, the Oromo people migrated from Asia and crossed over to Madagascar. Please keep that in mind. The Oromo people migrated from Asia and crossed over to Madagascar. And they migrated from there and settled at sea coast near Mombasa. Okay? And from there they came to Ethiopia following the stream called Galana. Okay? Now, like I said, I hope you guys listen carefully. There, Bahari is saying that Oromo people moved from Asia and crossed over to Madagascar. Okay? Now, we all went to school, so the implication here is clear. Bahari is saying, we are not from Madagascar. We came from somewhere else in Asia and crossed over to Madagascar. Amadou Bimbad. They used to say Oromo people came from Madagascar and all that stuff. But Bahari is actually not stopping there. He's going farther than that. He's saying we came from Asia, somewhere else in Asia. For all we know, it could be India, China, Vietnam. Nobody knows. But he's saying they came from Asia, implying some other country in Asia, and then we crossed over to Madagascar. From Madagascar, we moved to Kenya, and then from Kenya, we moved to Ethiopia. Okay? Now, we're not even going to waste time trying to dispute that, because everybody here knows, even they know that we're not Asians. Okay? There is no commonality between Oromo people and the people of Asia. This is just childish. So the person whose word is supposed to be infallible, okay, this historian is saying that we are Asians. We are from another place in Asia. We came to Madagascar. Okay? Please think about that. Right? Now moving on. There are other contentions with what Bahari is saying, of course. Now we all know the people of Madagascar share DNA with the Africans. Now, anybody who was taken, a little bit history class knows that the people who crossed over to Madagascar were the Bantus, right? And the process was rather vice versa. It was Africans, the Bantus to be exact, going to Madagascar and establishing kingdoms there than the people of Madagascar coming over to Africa. It was vice versa. But Bahari is telling us otherwise. Okay? Point one. Now, point two, there is no archaeological evidence to prove that this migration ever happened. Okay? And you guys have to keep in mind, I am entertaining the idea that we are from Madagascar. Hypothetically speaking, let's just say we are. There's no archaeological evidence to prove that this migration happened. Point three, there is no linguistic continuity between Oromo people and the people of Madagascar. Right? Point four, there is no cultural continuity between Oromo people and the people of Madagascar. None of that. Now, usually when migrations happen, some people stay behind and some people move on. So obviously, if we go to Madagascar now, if the claim is to stand, we would have to see some Oromo people there. But that's not going to be the case, because nothing is going to support that claim. I'm giving you guys a slack here. First is like, we're from Asia, and then from Asia we move to Madagascar. And then we say, okay, Madagascar, is there anything to prove to connect us to the people of Madagascar? There's nothing. But somehow, we're just supposed to accept that. Okay? Now, there is another big problem with that. Any attempt to externalize the origin Oromo people outside of Africa conflicts or contradicts with the universal truth that the root of Kushites is Nubia. Are you there? So it is commonly known that the common root of Kushites is Nubia, or the whole of East Africa, right? And Agaw's settlement in northern Ethiopia is applauded by all writers. Amara writers, everybody writes about it, and they say, yes, they were here pre-Semitic. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of writing on Agaw's pre-Semitic settlement in the north. But wait now, Oromo people are Kush too. They are Kushites. Agaws are Kushites too. Why is Agaw's settlement not being contended? Why is it like, oh, Agaw people were there, no problem with that, but when it comes to Oromo people, although we are Kushites, unless somebody want to deny and say we are not Kushites, why is our claim to that land being denied when people who have the same root with us are being applauded for the same thing? Are you there? I don't understand how that works. So any attempt to externalize Oromo people only serves the interest of the monarchy. Literally, that's why it was done. It was not because Oromo people are not from Ethiopia, or are not from within Africa. It was because saying Oromo people were inhabitants of that place does not serve the interest of the empire. You get that? Now, the other thing is there's the Richard guy they keep bringing up. Now, I know most of them didn't read the book. They didn't even read the book. Right? Richard's book, The Ethiopian's History. Right? In his book, Richard literally only talks about Oromo migration. He does not talk about Oromo people being from Madagascar. Now, Richard says around the days of Imam Ahmad Grany, the Oromo migration started. So that would be somewhere in 1500s. But we have gone to prove that Oromo people were living in Ethiopia and were within Ethiopia before the so-called Oromo migration to Ethiopia. So now that's a contradiction. See, there's a problem there. And Richard cannot be blamed because he is quoting Bahri. Literally, if you read that, it's 2 pages, bro. One good domit. That chapter on migration specifically, he is quoting Bahri. So Oromo people moved from Bali to Dawaro and then later to Fatagar, all the provinces of that time. Are you there? Richard does not say anything about Oromo people being from Madagascar. He is quoting Abba Bahri on the migration. But we have proven that Abba Bahri's claim that Oromo people first and ever came to Ethiopia in 1526 cannot be substantiated, or that claim cannot stand simply because we were there even under Amda Sayun, 1207 when they miss. 300 years before. Are you there? So if Bahri is saying we came in 1520 and we were there 300 years before, you can see where the problem is. So the migration becomes a myth because we were there before the so-called migration. How can we possibly migrate to a place that we were already living in? That defies logic, you see. Right? Because literally, in his own writing, he says, the first time they ever came, 1526, in Bali. That's why he had to move to the king's court. Because Borana Oromo, they ran over his, he's from Goma, they put his place to dust. But that's not the point. The point is, we were there before he claims that we came. Look at that? So Richard is not to be blamed. Richard is just quoting the only available source on the issue. But Bahri's claim cannot stand. Look at that? It's misleading. We were there under Amda Sayun, literally the guy who expanded the empire and made it what it is, up like until Bali. Haganaturk, it was like this before. But when Amda Sayun came, that place became, right? So the Oromo migration, myth. Oromo people being from Madagascar, bullshit. Because we cannot possibly be from Madagascar or from Asia when it's universally known that common root of Kushites is Nubia or the whole of East Africa. Doesn't matter. So there's no need to fight about this, man. It's clear, and you guys even know. Unless you guys want to start claiming now we are Asians and we're from Asia, okay, good luck. There's no point. Like one Dimes, I'm trying to be fair, bro. But I guess the way you guys are coming is like is wrong, man. It's not. It's just right. But and if you guys want to talk, man, we're down for all that. But I think sometimes you'll just be coming with some stuff. But again, I guess I don't want to say much. But this is it for today, and hopefully we'll see each other next time. Nagati.